program and your insight. We now move over to the Middle East for our next story, where Israeli strikes have killed at least 140 people in Gaza over the past 24 hours, according to local health officials. As attention shifts to the escalating Iran-Israel conflict, Gaza residents say their suffering is being overlooked. Since Israel eased its blockade in May, nearly 400 people have been killed while trying to get aid. In the latest incident, 14 were reportedly shot near aid trucks on Salahuddin Road. Airstrikes on homes and camps in Maghazi, Zetouan and Gaza City and also Khan Yunis have also killed dozens more, according to the local reports, and the Israeli military claims it warned civilians and continues targeting Hamas while trying to reduce civilian harm. Israel is now working with US-backed groups to control aid flow amid accusations that it's using hunger as a weapon, a claim Israel denies. The war, which began in October of 2023, has now killed nearly 55,600 Palestinians. Many in Gaza fear the world is moving on as their struggle deepens. We're now joined by Ross Feingold, who is a political risk analyst, and he's located in Taipei, Taiwan. Ross, thank you very much for joining us on the program once again. We see these incidents repeatedly happen, reports of these incidents happening. They come with visuals. The Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the chaotic scenes of their aid distribution and reports of Israeli firing among those seeking aid. What are your thoughts on the actions of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation so far?
It's a new organization. The distribution of aid in a war zone is new to them, even if some of the personnel involved have prior experience. And remember, the conditions are just what I said. It's a war zone. So it's very difficult to safely distribute aid in the middle of a war zone while Hamas and the IDF are exchanging gunfire with each other, which they're doing in close proximity to the aid distribution. And unfortunately, it does result in the unfortunate deaths of civilians. I think the United States and Israel deserve the benefit of the doubt, though. There's been so much criticism of the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation when at the moment they really are the only option available to distribute aid. But the United Nations and other countries have continued to criticize this arrangement, but that really is the only arrangement that's available at the moment. I think other countries in the UN should cease the negativity and see what they could do to help facilitate the aid distribution via the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation.
Ross, critics would say it's quite hard not to be negative when you see some of these images, and especially some of these figures that are coming out. They reported 400 people killed trying to get aid. We both know that not all of these people trying to get aid are Hamas looters, as Israel claim are the reason why this conflict is going on at these aid sites. What are your thoughts on the reports that are coming out, and also as you mentioned previously, the criticism that Israel and the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is facing in its aid distribution efforts?
There actually is an easy solution to this problem, which would be for Hamas to disengage from the areas where the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is operating. And if Hamas were to do that and the IDF was to kill civilians, then the responsibility would be clearly on the IDF. The issue right now is that Hamas and the IDF are engaging in firefights very close to where the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation is operating, and unfortunately civilians, they're dying, and that's just a terrible situation. But this all emanates from Hamas. Hamas wants to continue to fight. They want to fight near civilians. They don't want to reach a ceasefire. They don't want to put down their weapons. And now we have a war that's still ongoing, and civilians are paying the price.
Yes, and Ross, obviously we have the ongoing, the fresh conflict between Israel and Iran, and the people in Gaza and supporters of the Palestinian cause say that this risks attention being taken away from the situation in Gaza. Do you think that this is going to occur?
I think that's certainly the case. There's only so many hours in a day. We're dealing with the risk of uranium and nuclear materials possibly leaking, depending on what actions Israel and maybe the United States, if it joins the war, what actions they take to destroy Iran's nuclear facilities. And there's a lot of concern about that. And the focus at the moment is clearly on the war between Israel and Iran. And the war in Gaza is now a second thought to what the world is focused on, which is Israel and Iran.
Ross Feingold, thank you very much for joining us on